Once again, welcome back to the program. आज ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਐਂਟੋਨੀਨਾ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਸਰਟੀਫਾਈਡ ਨਿਊਟ੍ਰੀਸ਼ਨਲ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟੀਸ਼ਨਰ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਕਿ ਸਿਹਤਮੰਦ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਮ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਖਾਣਾ ਚੰਗਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਫੋਕਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੰਗੀ ਸਿਹਤ ਅਪਣਾ ਸਕੀਏ। ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਟੋਨੀਨਾ ਦਾ। Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Antonina, today we would like to focus upon everybody wants to remain healthy, but again, we are not healthy these days. Lots of troubles, lots of problems which are arising. So if you can take us on this journey as to how to remain healthy, what apart from eating we need to do so that we can remain healthy.
Wonderful. There are many principles that one can apply in daily life in making sure that they go back to nature and understand how the body works and what the body really needs to make sure it properly functions for as long as we want it to.
Right.
So one of the main principles and what people forget about is that the first thing when we are born is that we take a breath in.
Right.
Without oxygen, we'll only survive maybe for a minute or two. So breathing is very important and we take it for granted. So every time we breathe in air, we're using oxygen, we're excreting carbon dioxide and all the byproduct of breathing. And a lot of people forget to breathe. They breathe shallowly. They don't breathe into their stomach, moving all of the energy, and some people refer to that as chakra centers and all the flow through the body.
Right.
So they're not properly moving through their stomach. And a lot of yogic practices and actually a lot of traditional Indian practices always teach about the importance of breathing, proper breathing, and there's very many different techniques.
Right.
So I highly recommend for people to find the technique that works for them. There is a huge amount of them in different cultures, especially in Indian, and find a technique that works for them. And the first thing they wake up in the morning, oxygenate their cells, oxygenate their body, start the flow moving, feed the brain with a lot of oxygen.
Right.
That's the very first thing.
Okay.
The second principle is staying very hydrated.
Right.
A lot of people think that drinking coffee is hydrating. Coffee is actually a very strong diuretic.
Okay.
And it actually removes, every time you drink a cup of coffee, you are losing several cups of water. And in some references, they say about 10 cups of water.
Right.
So if you're supposed to, on average, drink 8-10 glasses of water, it will be different for each individual. Some people are bigger and some are smaller. It depends on the body weight.
Right.
But you should consume a certain amount of body weight water. But most people drink anything but. They'll drink juices, sugary beverages, coffees, and other things, and therefore actually not hydrating properly and losing a lot of hydration. So hydration is very important. Drink as much water as you can. Have the glass next to you when you're working on the computer, when you're having a meeting, and make sure that that's what you're sipping on. Sometimes people find it very helpful if they use a little bit of lemon or some other fruit, like a little bit of cucumber or something, to make the water more palatable.
Okay.
So if that helps, by all means, do that. So hydration is the very next, very most important thing, because without water, you can only live so long.
Absolutely. So 2 points, breathing and water, as you've said.
Breathing,
so
water.
When you talk about breathing as such, when you talk about shallow breathing, now like we are talking and we are breathing, that's what it is. Now what you're recommending is when you get up in the morning to have more oxygen pumped into your body, take some deep breaths or do some exercises which can give you more oxygen.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And the second thing what you talked about is water. Now in these countries, basically, because the weather is such that you don't consume much water, but we substitute it with the cold drinks or, as you mentioned, coffee or tea. So that is not recommended. That you won't consider as water going into your body?
Usually when we talk about hydration of water, you actually need water.
Okay.
Like water alone to drink quite a bit.
How many glasses of water, probably?
Well, there's different formulas and there's different perspectives on this, but I've been and I've studied water for over 5 years. I know it sounds like an easy subject, but it's actually a very complex and very fascinating one.
Right.
And when it comes to proper hydration for individual body, we always take a look at one individual.
Right.
And that depends on their body weight, depends on how dehydrated they are, how many symptoms of dehydration they already have, what ailments of sicknesses they have, and then how much they've consumed and what kind of water they're consuming.
Right.
Because water can be different quality, different structure, different alkalinity, different permeability. So, but on average, if we're consuming fresh, clean water, a person should consume half of their body weight in pounds.
Okay.
So if I weigh 120 pounds,
Right.
I should consume about 60 ounces per day.
Okay.
I know it sounds like a lot, but if it's a daily habit,
Right.
it's quite easy.
It becomes easier.
Absolutely.
Right. So,
And I actually, if I may, I recommend for people to drink a lot in the morning.
right.
So when you wake up, because you wake up, you've been sleeping, your body has been repairing itself all
Right.
night long, and now you're woken up, you have all of the metabolic waste that you want to excrete.
Right.
So you actually want to give a body enough fluid to run it through, to take
Okay.
it out, to clean up your garbage cans in the body that have been working really hard, and like lymphatic system, circulatory system, congestion in the colon, move that all out.
Okay.
So 2 2-3 glasses in the morning will already give you a great head start.
Okay. Water is a very important factor in our life, and this I would like to touch in a separate topic also, because water also, now we talk about alkalinity and water structure and everything. So we'll touch this point. What else is required to remain healthy apart from breathing and water?
Yeah. Feeling joy in life. Like a lot of people start stressing about little things. They
Right.
don't know how to manage stress very well. So joy in life is very important.
Okay.
And reduction of stress. So understanding that the problem that you're facing today is not going to be as important, exactly, as important.
Right.
And by stressing about it, it's not going to make any difference or
Right.
change. You actually, now your hormones are out of whack. Your whole system is in a lot of compromised position, and you can't think clearly. So by stressing, you're not helping the situation. You're actually making it difficult to manage.
Right.
So stress is really very, very strongly involved in the health of the body.
Right.
You always, if people get together at the family reunions, or you go back to college or school reunions, you always see the people that had the most stress in their life.
Right.
They always have grayer hair. They always have, less healthier skin. They always have a different demeanor about them, less energy. They usually, a lot less vital. So reduction of stress and understanding how to manage stress and finding technique and managing in your life is really important. The way to do that is, if you have a stressful situation, remove yourself from it, go and breathe fresh air. You know how a lot of people choose to smoke, for example?
Right.
They choose to smoke and they think that that's calming them down. It's not the cigarettes that calming them down. It's actually the whole act of breathing deeply.
Okay.
So they actually walk out into the fresh air.
Right.
Unfortunately, they have a cigarette in their hand,
Right.
and they start breathing in the toxins. But the breathing in and having the flow and the proper breathing, deep breathing,
Right.
is what helps their system to calm down.
Okay.
So if you're actually finding yourself in a very stressful situation, remove yourself from it and go deeply breathe. And that helps dramatically. Again, oxygen in the brain helps you
Right.
think. It calms down the hormone system, calms down your body, and helps you function better.
What else can be done to remain healthy apart from food also? Now these are the three major things that we have talked. And of course food is very important, and raw foods we have already talked about, that try to get as close to nature so that we can have good nutrition and it can help us out.
Yeah, high quality nutrition, absolutely. The next thing is moving enough.
Okay.
So be it just taking an extra walk, taking a walk around your neighborhood.
Right.
Maybe taking a break. A lot of people work 9 to 5 or have full-time jobs, and they sit all day long.
Right.
So maybe a couple hours work standing on your at your table, and there's all of these different tools that allow you to work in the different environments.
Right.
So find a way to be creative.
Okay.
Maybe on lunchtime, make sure that you don't just go and heat up your food and sit down in the lunchroom and just sit in the closed environment. Go walk around. Go have a few laps around the building or around the neighborhood. Come back and eat then. Make sure that you go for a walk with your significant other. Have a proper conversation with them. Take time to enjoy nature. We live in one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and we're not taking advantage of that a lot because we're consuming our life with television, newspapers, everything else. But what's important in life? So taking that break and actually going out to enjoy nature, breathe, and have some water with you.
Absolutely.
So moving is very important. And sometimes people always stress about, well, I don't exercise enough. I don't go to the gym. I don't have time for this, for that. The best exercise is the one that you're actually going to do.
Right.
If walking is the only thing you can fit into your daily routine, just do that.
Right.
If you can do yoga, if you can do meditation, if you can find quality time with your kids when you can play soccer outside, play baseball, play whatever makes sense or whatever gives you a lot of joy, do that. So moving, just moving, getting around, shaking it a little bit. Sometimes in the work people sit a lot, so get up and do a few stretches.
Okay.
Just move around, move your body, move your back, do a few sit-ups or just bend a little bit. Just do basic exercises, helping your flow, helping again all of your systems to properly flow again.
Wonderful, and of course always remain happy.
Absolutely.
Whatever the circumstances are,
Do it
if we
with a
start
smile on your
accepting life as it comes to us, then we'll be living a wonderful life.
Absolutely.
Thank you for giving this perspective. Thanks for your time.
You're very welcome.
ਸੋ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਟੋਨੀਨਾ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਚੰਗੀ ਸਿਹਤ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਖਾਣ ਪੀਣ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਚੰਗਾ ਖਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਬਰੀਦਿੰਗ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਸਵੇਰੇ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਲੰਮੇ ਸਾਹ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਬ੍ਰੇਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਰ ਆਕਸੀਜਨ ਜਾਏ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਐਨਰਜਾਈਜ਼ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰੀਏ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਹਾਈਡਰੇਟਡ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। 8 ਤੋਂ 10 ਆਮ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਗਲਾਸਿਸ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪੀਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਨਿੰਬੂ ਪਾ ਲਓ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਕੰਬਰ ਪਾ ਲਓ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਟੇਸਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ, ਪਰ ਪਾਣੀ ਕੰਜ਼ਿਊਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ ਫਰੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਜੀਏ। ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸਸ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਬਾਵਜੂਦ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਸੋ ਐਵੇਂ ਹੀ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸਡ ਆਊਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਈਏ, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਮ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਤੇ ਜੋਇਫੁਲੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਰਹੀਏ। ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਫਾਈਨਲੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੈਡੈਂਟਰੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਈਏ, ਬਜਾਏ ਇਹ ਕਿ ਟੈਲੀਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਜਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਐਵੇਂ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੱਲ ਸਕੀਏ, ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਐਕਸਰਸਾਈਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਰੂਟੀਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੰਗੀ ਸਿਹਤ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਣਾ ਸਕੀਏ। ਤੇ ਫਾਈਨਲੀ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਖੁਸ਼ ਰਹੀਏ। ਇਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਮੁਲਕ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਨੰਦ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਿਤਾਈਏ, ਆਪ ਵੀ ਖੁਸ਼ ਰਹੀਏ, ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਖੁਸ਼ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਤੇ ਸਮਾਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਚੰਗਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੰਡ ਸਕੀਏ।